very familiar run. Because I do it all the time as well.
Sorry?
That run very familiar to me.
The little duck run when you're almost out of time. Ready?
Your phone on silent, right?
Alright, studio. Love music, love life, and love the women, love the men, but man, please take a step forward. I was about to say take a back seat, but no, we actually want you in on this conversation today. It's the 28th of May and it is World Menstrual Hygiene Day. Now, 28th of May was chosen because 28 is the average, even though it's not applicable to all the women, the average menstrual cycle of a woman. But again, it's not applicable to all women. It ranges between 21 to 45 for some women. And 5 days because again, it's said that many women flow for, I was about to say bleed, flow for 5 days. So that's why they decided, let's stay in the middle and make it 5th month and 28 days. So 28th of May 2025. That's why World Menstrual Health Day is celebrated on the 28th of May. Now, this is where we're going with the conversation. I asked the question, which is already up on our WhatsApp status. And I said, I can't do this alone. Yes, I'm going to take your messages, which should go to 0809 444 0981. Oh, forgive my manners. In case you're tuning in for the first time, you're listening to Soul Sisters on Smooth 98.1. And my name is Oluwaseun Olusegun. So I'm not doing it alone. I have gone to employ the help of not just one, but two of the most excellent human that I know in this broadcasting profession. So please welcome with me, ladies first on Soul Sister, the one and the only, beautiful, delectable. The voice is as soft and sweet and free-flowing like honey. The hostess of the Smooth Drive, Joy!
Oh my goodness. Now I feel extra special. Thank God. I hope you're embracing the rain and the weather. Ooh, such
no, please.
Lovely weather.
No. This is the kind of weather that makes you lazy and you
just want to cuddle and stay in bed.
Something like that.
Okay.
And then you already heard his voice, maybe just a little voice, something from him. And he's the fantastic. He knows his onions, even though he's not a chef. He gives you the fact, he gives you the details, he analyzes and makes sure that you wake up every morning and you are well served with the entertainment, with the information, with the politics. Please welcome with me the one and the only Ayakumi.
You know what? If I'm going to get an introduction like this every single time, I should sit in on Soul Sister.
Right.
Because that was poetic. I mean, I thought I had the bars, but
no.
I will give it to you. I'll give it to you.
Oh.
Those bars were barring.
Ooh.
Great to be here. Thank you for having me. Thank you for having us in the studio with you.
Yeah, this is never seen before.
Right?
I don't remember ever having to do Soul Sisters with both of you here.
Never.
Yes. And now this is the part where you join the conversation. Chief Cisco Delgado says, Joy, don't tell me you're in the studio now. Well, she is.
Well, I am.
In flesh and blood. Oh, you can go to our YouTube page to see their faces. So WhatsApp is 0809 444 0981. And YouTube is as Smooth 981 FM Lagos. At Smooth 981 FM Lagos. Cisco Delgado is shouting, Ayo, Ayo.
Cisco, what's going on?
Like, how many times did I call you? Okay. And Cisco, what do you mean attire for Soul Sisters today? What do you mean? Well, this is the question.
Okay.
Why do men feel some sort of embarrassment when they have to buy? So on my own, no, I was just asking, is there some sort of shyness or awkwardness that you feel when you have to buy maybe pad or buy those things that women need whenever they're on their period for them? And Joy said, ask them, why do they feel shy to buy contraceptives? And so that's why we have brought Joy inside of the studio to come and ask you that question. You get it? If you don't get it, please don't forget about it.
Indeed.
So now, the question for you, you're the man in the house, definitely, Ayo. Do you feel any sort of shyness or any awkwardness, any embarrassment when you need to go buy some sort of menstrual hygiene period? Sorry, hygiene,
Products.
product for women.
Well, maybe 10 years ago thereabouts, I would say
Cringe.
I was in that WhatsApp group, but over time it became something that I felt was normal, should be normal for every man out there, because when you talk about a woman's period, it's a normal biological function that happens every single month. It's not something mythical or mystical, as it were. It is normal. It is a way of life, a part of it. I think one of the big reasons that a lot of men find it uncomfortable to think about buying sanitary products for women, their sisters, their spouses, girlfriends, or whatever, it stems from upbringing. Because uh, as far as I'm concerned, a woman's period, where men are concerned, is something that shouldn't be spoken of. And that's a lot of things where women are concerned, bodily function of women and all that. Where a man is, you don't talk about it, it's not your business. Men don't even understand how it works. And I will put my hands in the air until till this day, it feels like further maths for me, doing all the calculations, 28 days, 5 days, 7 days, and all that. Even though it's been explained to me at some point, yes, I was curious enough to ask, because you need to understand how it works.
Yeah.
So right now, I don't have any problems going to a pharmacy store, to pick up sanitary towels or whatnot for anyone I need to pick it up for a sibling, for a girlfriend, anyone, because I feel that what it's used for, it's not something to be ashamed of, something to hide away from. It's just a natural body function.
Okay.
And I wonder why he's single though. Lagos, what are you doing? Anyways,
Joy,
I'm selling Ayo's market.
That wasn't the plan.
that was not the
That
plan.
wasn't the
I
plan. What
know.
came to the studio.
I know, but okay.
But
That's aside.
he did say something about how he does not understand how it works. And I'll tell you one of the reasons why I was chuckling when I heard it. So I think it was last week that I was on the streets of Twitter, and I'm not sure what led to that conversation. I didn't open the entire thread, but I saw somebody's comment saying that, oh, they know that it's the end of the month. And so the woman, he tries to give his woman, or maybe
Space.
I don't know, maybe it was his woman or the people, the colleagues in the office, space. And someone responds in the comment section, and I laughed because that was my thoughts too, that a woman's period is not like salary. It is not salary week that comes at the end of the month. I think many men don't understand that, or they don't know that. Or did you know that?
No, I did.
Okay,
It's not a one size fits all.
Yeah.
At least for those who collect salaries at the end of the month like that. Sure. So there's that.
So it's not something that okay, today's 25th. There is a possibility. No, that's not how it works. There is a cycle. It's the same. Someone can start on the 1st. Someone can start on the 2nd. It's just your cycle. And sometimes it can be irregular. And so in case you didn't know that about a woman's period, now you know that it's not fixed, that it must come at the end of a month. And sometimes it changes. So now, Joy, you said you were going to ask Lagos why men feel shy about getting
Yes, because I
contraceptives.
don't understand. And I've gone to a pharmacy before. I was trying to get I can't remember exact medication actually. My nephew was unwell, and this young man had come into this pharmacy. And you know what? The attendant is female, and and you just see how shy he was. He kept
You already know.
dilly-dallying, and
You
he would
already
go
know.
back, come forth, and she had to ask him, please, what exactly do you want? It took him almost forever. He was whispering. He just, honestly, it was the eye darts for me. I didn't understand what it was. I was like, okay, so can you write it out if you're not sure what it is that was what I said. When I write out what it is, maybe she can also use that if you don't know the exact name of the medication. And it's not someone, okay, so excuse me, because I'm not trying to dumb down anyone, but you know how certain people will look. You from their look, you understand, okay, maybe this person doesn't even understand, should not be here.
To start with.
Yes. But this person is a full-grown adult male, right? And he doesn't look scruffy, or at least he didn't look scruffy. So I expected that, oh, okay, you have the cojones to come into a pharmacy, you should be able to get whatever it is you wanted. And guess what? He just want contraceptives. I'm guessing he had a partner that he wanted, maybe he had a date or something. And there are different types. So what was the whole dilly dally? So eventually she was like, he wrote out what he wanted, and she smiled.
Hopefully
I
she didn't
just-
scream out the name.
No, she was nice enough not. She already knew he was embarrassed. If he was light complexion, I'm sure he would have been. Would have seen the
Really
red.
Beetroot red. But the thing is, you were even. I mean, I see that and raise you in some other cases. If it were okay, maybe a lady pharmacist, and then the guy was there, and then there were ladies there. Even if you were the one in
Hey.
front of the queue, and you saw, okay, man, ladies came in, you say,
Oh yeah, finish with the attend
finish
to
with
them.
them first. Attend to them first.
Yeah.
I'll come back. Or I'll be
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
that tends to happen.
But really, why is that such a hard thing? It's all about your safety. It's so I'm wondering, you're trying to protect yourself, so it shouldn't be a big deal. And even for ladies, they find that even harder to even get female contraceptives for themselves because they feel that they'll be judged. That why you getting contraceptives? So are you already, doing the do?
I think there's
Yes.
this perception that if you use contraceptives or you buy contraceptives, automatically you are promiscuous. There's that mindset. I don't know why, but there's that mindset.
Do you think it would help if everyone who goes to buy contraceptives uses wedding ring?
Hey, they see that one. They even judge you more for because why you?
So wait,
Oga,
if you're married, you're not supposed to.
No, you're not supposed to have. You
In
should
the
not be
mind
using
of
contraceptives.
in the mind of many people,
means
you're
that
not
you're
supposed
doing
to-
something.
you're married, so
risky.
automatically it means that you should not need said items with your wife. But we tend to forget that it's part of family planning processes. It's one of the things that can be used for family planning, albeit not 100%,
Mhm.
but it is a serious mindset issue. It's a serious issue of awareness, of education, because it's equated to, oh, you're using contraceptives, condoms, what, so on and so forth. Automatically,
Yeah,
you're
promiscuous.
promiscuous.
What?
That's it.
For a country with such high libido, we're very hypocritical. I mean, look at our birth rates.
I mean,
It's
I mean,
soaring.
it is.
I can't remember if it was Irabo or Oris. I'm not sure who mentioned it, and he said during on the grapevine actually, where he said, "Oh, it's the recreation for the poor people."
Oh yes, it was on Friday.
Oh, okay.
I mean, when there are no jobs out there and you're home and then you have weather like today's weather,
Oh
it's all
my
rain and
goodness, the
everything.
weather's so
What else would
lucky.
you do to keep yourself occupied?
Get a job. A job. A whole job that keeps you occupied. Now, if you can join this conversation, by the way. WhatsApp line to send your messages to is 0809 444 0981. Again, 0809 444 0981. And you can still call that line as well. So it's still 0809 444 0981. And you can send a voice note if you're unable to type. I'll take this message from Chief Cisco Delgado, who says, "Nothing like embarrassment, Sister Oluwashu. The day I was buying panties for my wife, the ladies there were like, this man is very serious. So even before my mom passed, I always buy sanitary towels and others for her. Ayo. When my wife gave birth to our first daughter, though late now through complications,
Aw.
I'm sorry about that. All the nurses in the hospital were very reluctant because her bed was covered with feces. I took my wife to the bathroom, bathed her, cleaned her up, and washed the bedspread. For God's sake, she's my wife, my better half. If I don't do that, who else? I'm a real person to the core, no cosmetics lifestyle." So this is me trying to draw the line in my head between Soul Sisters conversation and not taking this to a watershed conversation. But the thing is, why do we turn up our nose when a man says he's doing some certain things for his woman, like,
like washing her
washing
panties. Yes.
let's say undies. You know.
All right, sorry.
Why? Why is there a problem?
Ah,
with
they've
that?
watched Put for him.
You've eaten
Sorry.
a four.
Why? I just want to understand. Someone help me,
I think
please.
I think it's a cultural
Upbringing.
thing. I
Mhm.
think it's a cultural thing, and I would say it all stems or goes back to the quote unquote the patriarchy that man is king and all that. The man doesn't descend to the level of doing things like that. I mean, it's so bad. Even seeing a man.
All right, maybe
All
I'll
right.
pause your thought and take this message. Oh, sorry, this call. Hello, good morning. Hello,
Hola. Ooh.
network interference.
Gremlins.
If you can hear me, we can hear you. So maybe you could call back, Austin. Yes.
Okay.
All right, please call back. And if you'd like to dial the number, it's 0809 444 0981. Hello? Good morning. Austin, I suppose. Thank you for calling. What would you like to say? Ah, I take it back. Anonymous. Yes, that's it.
Awesome.
Wonderful. That is lovely.
Now, man, you be.
Thing for me to be called up in the office. Daddy, when you're coming back, I need some Bosco pan. I need this, I need that. I can remember when I first started getting sanitary towels for my wife, there was an incident. It was at one of these big um, pharmaceuticals in Ikeja.
Mm.
I walked in and the normal type that I usually used to get for her was not didn't seem to be available. But I wanted to be sure before before calling her and telling her that I couldn't find it. So I called the attention of one of the attendants on young lady and I said, "Do you have so and so type of Always?" I remember it was Always. I don't remember the brand now.
Mm.
And she looked at me. The look she gave me was that, "What's this guy talking about?" And I said, "Aren't you working here?" He said, "Yes, sir." I said, "I want to buy sanitary towels. I want this particular type. Do you have it? Maybe in store and you can bring it out for me." And the way she backed away from me, it was as if I had asked her for the head of a human being.
Oh my.
So I was embarrassed for her, not for me, because I was wondering what the issue was. I couldn't understand for the life of me. I was expecting that she would just say, "Okay, we have so and so and so," because I was asking for a product as far as I was concerned. So, as Ayo had said earlier, it's a cultural thing. Even women feel embarrassed for men that go out of their way to do these simple things for members of their family. So I don't see any reason why any man should be embarrassed. But you see, it happens. It's the way men are brought up in this part of the world.
True.
We are not expected to know anything about that aspect of women, and we're expected to get married to them and take care of them.
Right.
How do we manage? So parents have a lot to do in this aspect, not necessarily having to expose men to everything, but don't shade them away from the fact, the reality. These are things they are going to have to face. And some men never learn to get over it for the rest of their lives, unfortunately. But for some of us, maybe because of the way men are made up, we are different from each other. So some of us are able to overcome that cultural aspect, but some never do, unfortunately. Thank you, and God bless you for bringing up this issue.
Thank you so much for sharing that. Have a lovely morning.
You too.
All right, WhatsApp line to send the messages to and also to dial is 0809 08440981. Now, before I take the messages, I just want to pick up something from what he said about how the men are shielded from what the women are, their makeup, who they are, what they go through, and they're expected to marry them and take care of them. That is very important, because how will you know how to take care of something that you don't
You
even
have
know?
no idea about.
It's why you would see some women going through some sort of maybe pain as a result of the period, or they've gotten some hormonal fluctuation, or something is happening, and the man is
He's
looking at
aloof.
him. Yeah, like, what do I do with this piece of broken machine? What do I do? How do I come? How do I fix you? They don't know that. There is that. And the other one is something that is even more worrisome, because some of the men have been shielded, especially by the moms. The moms take care of themselves in a corner.
Mm.
They come back all Wonder Woman. And because they've never seen the mom broken down, she's always doing things. She's
Right.
always up and about. She's strong. She's, holding in her pain. And the man has always seen her as a strong woman. And unconsciously, it transfers that standard. And not to mention that as a result of not getting the education from the mom, that, hey, all women are not like me.
Mm-hmm.
There are women who have what is called dysmenorrhea. There are women who have one thing or the other. Because when we talk about menstrual pain or premenstrual syndrome, not all women go through that.
True.
There are some that are fine. In fact, there are some that are fine until a certain age. But because there is no education of that sort, it now feels like, oh, you are so weak. Oh, what's
My mom went through it and she didn't die.
Right.
And this also translates to birthing and after birthing, because that's another conversation on its own. But yeah, I've had.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen maybe threads on social media and different conversations, where guys are talking about, this woman on her period and all that, and she was down and everything, and to them, what's the big deal? I mean, what kind of pain? Have you seen these videos where there are these period simulators that men put
yes,
on
I have.
to kind of
Get a feel
of the
sense.
sort of pain
Yeah.
or discomfort? And I've seen those videos where even on the lowest setting, the man wants to collapse, and then there's a realization that hits them like, wait, is this what you go through
Mm-hmm.
every couple of days in a month on a regular? Every single month, that this is coming, but there's nothing that you can do about it than to experience it and go through it. And I was going to say something earlier, this whole issue about the education not happening from the get-go. Even when you see men who are very hands-on with their kids, who are playing with their kids, taking their kids, people look at them like,
This.
where's
the mom?
Exactly.
Where?
You see a man taking his child to the hospital,
Yes,
and then they
where's
ask,
the mom?
where's the mom? He's not expected to know the child's birthday or the child's weight or this. It's expected automatically. The mother is one who should know. So seeing a guy who does that, it's like seeing a unicorn that has two horns, not even one, two horns, something like that. So, as I said before, it stems from the ground up. These things are meant to be taught. As Austin said, I mean, maybe you don't expose everything 110%, but the basic things, okay, every month, a couple of days, this happens to one because it's a normal bodily function. In secondary school, we learn these things in integrated science, basic integrated science. You talk about the period, puberty, and so on and so forth. But after that, no, it's kept to the side. So really, it has to happen from the ground up.
Sorry, I was going to say, so recently, also on X, I saw some post where some guys were also making reference to women checking up or having a calendar to know when their periods are up, and they were having, it was like a debate as to why should they be having a calendar to check on their periods. You're a woman, you should know.
A town crier.
No, you're just supposed to know. You're not supposed to time anything. That
Really?
The minute you're trying to check your dates, check your ovulation period, everything, it means that there's something amiss. Maybe there's something just wrong with you. You're just structured as a woman to just know these things and just go with it.
That's not how it works. Okay, just in case you also think like that, please, dear men, like we mentioned earlier, things happen, the hormones fluctuate. And I'll tell you, when we say the hormones fluctuate, things happen within us. We all have hormones. The men have their hormones, the women have their hormones. Stress can even alter the way the hormones are secreted and function. So if a woman is stressed, It's either it comes earlier or it's delayed. Not that she's pregnant, not that she's having any out of a wedlock sex or something. Things happen. There are times she's worried and that just alters things. There are times the medication messes with that as well. So other things go on in her body, and there is nothing wrong with a woman having a tracker, because it's even trickier for women who do not have any PMS, that's premenstrual syndrome, because there are women that some days leading up to it, she's already experiencing bloating, tenderness of breast. She's already feeling a little bit of cramps either in the back or her thigh, and she knows, okay,
It's coming.
the festival is about to start.
Festival.
But there are some, the only heads up they get
It's
is
the morning it
Yep.
comes in.
Hey, I'm
Or at
here.
night.
Right. So it's good for you to have that idea. And there are times that also helps that okay, when I'm starting, I saw, interestingly, before coming on air, I saw the video of a woman. It was posted by one of the blogs on Instagram. She was pregnant.
Okay.
She seems to be doing well. She sat in front of the camera with her plate of food, yam and sauce. Did you see it? And she made a video because she was worried. And why was she worried? She said, is it normal that I'm feeling so emotional that I have food, I'm fine, but I want to cry?
Yeah. Emotions are all over the
Hormones are
place.
out of whack.
I'll tell you one thing. They did not tell me this one. I saw it myself. I think I've said it a number of times on air before. My sister, my older sister, her phone was stolen one night. She was going back from work. Her phone was stolen, and she felt sad about it. And the husband says, and she was pregnant then. The husband says, oh, I am so sorry. I'm going to get you a new phone, maybe tomorrow. And she said, okay. As usual, yeah, our things were mostly backed up. So it was not about
anything
being
missing.
lost.
Yeah.
But the tears, it's like the rain out there. It wouldn't stop. She kept crying. The husband said, okay, so what else now? Why are you crying now? I don't know.
I can't explain.
She kept crying.
Yeah.
So there are times women use that tracker as well. Why am I unnecessarily emotional? Which is why we all must be emotionally intelligent. But part of being emotionally intelligent is asking, what's wrong with me? Why am I unnecessarily happy? Why am I feeling, okay, let me just hug someone. Because that happens. You're wondering, why am I human-philic all of a sudden, if you get what I mean? So you're able to have an idea of what's going on within you.
Yeah.
Let's take some messages, and you can keep them coming to 0809 444 0981. Wilson says, good morning, Madam Oluwaseun. Good morning to Mr. Ayo and Madam Joy as well. This is so unusual and exciting. However, to have the three of you in the studio at the same time. For me, I see absolutely nothing wrong with buying such things for my wife. There's really nothing wrong with it. It's okay. It can even be romantic. It should be done with love at the back of your mind and with all pleasure. Anyway, we're all different. Some men are just like that. Some of them don't even like walking side by side with their wives.
Voila.
I have seen men who can wear the same ashobi, with their wives. Also, a lot depends. Oh yeah, a lot depends on the way someone is brought up. Indeed.
I thought men like to do the uncle thing with their
Eh?
wives
No,
and
not
all.
all men.
Not all men.
Oh wow, I've learned something else this morning.
So they could do
Interesting.
the maybe the man, the woman has the ashrabe itself,
Yeah.
but he's just going to get a color of something just so. That's the one I know. He will get a color so it doesn't look like, okay, I'm completely off of my wife.
What's the thinking behind that?
If you ask me. Have you ever seen a situation where a man and a woman were out and one likes PDA, public display of affection, and the one who was trying to hold the hand of the other, and the other says we're outside? I have.
One too many
They
times.
didn't tell me. I have.
One too many times. You see the guy being maybe the guy being all uncomfortable
Yeah.
and everything. I mean, it could go both ways. It could go both ways. But from experience, I think the guys tend to be more embarrassed, in that regard.
But why is
There are
that?
some women like that
For you.
too.
Yeah, agreed. But from things I've seen, it tends to be the men. The guys usually maybe because the whole mindset of I can't be doing this one outside. Hard guy now. I need to maintain composure, maintain skis. My
We
rib
need-
is at stake.
We need to break this culture. And interestingly, this is what I'm going to ask on question of the morning on Saturday. It's part of it. And part of the question is, when was the last time you said I love you to your child or to your parents? Look at Joy's face.
I think I'll leave the studio now. I'm sorry.
Why?
See, once again, it all boils down to upbringing. If at the formative years, those things were not regularized a normal thing,
Right.
it's very difficult for you when you get a whole lot older to then switch, because the dynamic for donkey years up to that point was a certain dynamic that worked a certain way, and then you expect, okay, I'm now in my 30s, I love you,
Daddy, I love you.
Okay.
It's not a problem for me. I've actually, we had that bond for my dad and I. It was seamless. For my mom and I, we used to see eye to eye, but saying I love you to her now, it's not even a problem. Like,
What's her reaction when you say that?
oh no, she knows it's coming from a very good place, because now we have that relationship. Initially, no. Oh no, we used to be at loggerheads. Oh, my dad was always in the middle. Oh my goodness, he was my go-to guy. Yeah, I could tell him anything and we'll be fine. But my mom, you say what? The slippers is coming. You just hear film.
I don't know. I feel like if I say I love you to my dad, he probably will
Ask if there's any problem.
I don't know, maybe he'll check for what's wrong with me.
Hey, God,
or he will I don't know. We've never really been in a situation where we had to say I love you.
I wish you
Next thing you hear, oh my God, pastor.
I'm not, because I was thinking about it. Now, one of the reasons again that triggered it was so the video yesterday, Children's Day, there was one video I shared on my page from Breeden Arena College where what it did
was
was
almost in tears.
also the teachers got the parents to write their the children a letter. So they sent the notification to the parents that for Children's Day we're recording a video and we want you to send your child a letter and they're going to read it. Oh my, did you see the tears? Some of them were crying, and some of them it was so unusual, plus because it was like the first time we were hearing some of those words or reading from their parent, and we need to make it a normalcy.
I agree.
Because honestly, if my dad right now tells me I love you, I'd ask him, is everything okay?
I mean, that's your first instinct, because it is so out of place. It's like seeing a tiger and hearing its neigh or moo. That is why is a tiger mooing?
It should be normal.
Is it daytime?
So I mean, it goes back to to the way we were brought up and all that, because even now conversations around this particular issue would be the man is provider, he'll go out, he'll come back, or even the moms, they show their love in a different way. They don't necessarily have to say I love you.
I'll raise you
and all
this.
that.
During COVID lockdown, I was with my sister, my oldest or elder sister, and being at home, things are just happening that are unusual. So I go to her and I say I need a hug. You will think that I suddenly had a leprous breakout. No, she did not hug me. Correct, and black baby Joe.
No more.
I'm like, you are the daughter of my father. So why am I saying this? It's because we have unintentionally, unconsciously passed this down.
And the cycle keeps on repeating itself. It
shouldn't be abnormal. We should be open. So the same reason why we are shy to buy sanitary towels is the same reason why we're shy to buy contraceptives. It's the same reason why we think something is wrong with a man for washing his wife's stuff, or the same reason why we can't say I love you or hug each other.
Okay, let me raise you this. Should a man cry?
That one. I think you discussed it on Jack time.
So
you want to open up another kind of worms.
It's the same thing we're saying. Should
So
a man have
that
an
one,
emotional side?
No, so you see that should a man cry? That one is multi-layered because of course he can cry, but who can he cry in front of? That's another kettle of fish. Yeah. So
even with his guy said
I,
It's still under
You see?
probability.
you see? Cry for the homeboys.
Some of them can as well just go and get him a lingerie. That's what some of them will do.
Let's not even. No.
So look at this one.
Take Steve now.
Let me take some messages. Annie from Victoria Island says, "Good morning, my people. I've never been ashamed or scared of buying pads for my sister and now my wife. There's nothing wrong with it. Thanks to my mommy, she taught me well. Now I walk in and scream the brand that my wife wants, and they will show me where to get it. Now mind you be, Annie. Thank you."
Confirm.
Mazi Marcos says, "Good morning, guys. I know my wife's cycle. When it's late due to several reasons, I Google stuff, especially when she complains about feeling a certain way, cramps. I buy sanitary pads for her. I even call to ask which one she
She'll
wants and
prefer.
how much the flow is. It doesn't make me less of a man. One of the reasons she loves me." Exactly. Thank you. All right, I'll take another one from, I don't know your name, but she said, "My wife walks fast." Out there, she's always walking ahead of me. I really have to hold her hands to control her speed. As for PDA, it's a no-no for her. While I'm the PDA guy, you see?
Wow.
I tell my daughter
Okay.
I love her every day. To my parents, we were not raised that way, but I can say that in writing. I remember the first time I saw my mom type "I love you too" on WhatsApp. Let's not get into that story. For real, I thought her phone was hacked. No, I'm serious. I thought her phone was hacked.
Did you call her immediately?
Oh my word.
Interestingly, another time she told me that she missed me.
Okay.
So,
Start thinking many things.
but my dad, I know. But so the thing is, I know when my dad says "I miss you," and I know when he says "I love you." That's the so
I
that's
know
the
that's
thing.
yeah.
For instance, the day my dad told me I'm your biggest fan, I say, "Hey,"
This one got past I love you.
I know, right?
because my dad actually saves all my WhatsApp status updates. He knows the time of my shows. I'm like, "Oh, you love me, man. You're
That's
proud
his
of
own
me."
way. That's his own
Yeah,
way.
so I don't need him to say it again. I'll take the final messages from Cisco Delgado, who says, "Ayo, all those men that always say that you're a man and not supposed to do that, please visit their homes and you'll be shocked what they do, especially house chores."
I agree with you. I agree with you.
God bless my late mom because she trained all the male in family to do what a woman can do, especially in areas of cooking. Those days, my mom would always force me to go and cook food when my sisters are around. I never knew what she was doing until I went for my NYC. I cooked food until I finished my service at Niger State.
And you didn't have to have girlfriend.
You won't believe it that my children always want me to cook soup for them because they know the taste is second to none. Oh, my daddy taught me how to pound yam. Ayo.
Interesting.
Yeah. He's the kind of guy that he can eat as per on demand. He can eat pounded yam 8 days, 7 days a week. And if you're doing shakara for him, he can get into the kitchen and pound it himself.
We'll talk off air about the pounded yam. But go on.
Ayo, nothing like hard guy. I can play with my wife stupidly anywhere and anyhow. On my wedding day, the officiating priest asked me to kiss my wife. In fact, they had to pull me out saying it's okay, it's okay.
She's gonna be calming down. Be
okay.
calming
My
down.
brother, these are the nutrients that make marriages sweet.
Sure.
In fact, I feel like all the men who have sent messages today deserve some round of applause. You are the real MVP. Thank you. If only we could have more of you. And that's why we're having these conversations. As much as we're laughing, these are issues that need to be dealt with. These are things that act as the glue, the little glue in marriages, and
Right.
can just make you, live longer because life is not that serious. And also, I guess this is the part where we say, you have to know who you marry, know the things that you can cope with.
Word.
Mm.
If not, you already know this person does not like PDA. Don't go and force them into, I don't know. And so please, let's be guided. Okay, let me take this final one from Vincent, who says, "Hello, Ayo, Joy, and Oluwaseun. Sorry, I had to tap this real quick before you end the show. On the subject of saying I love you, I think it's an African thing. It's a black man's thing. Saying I love you to the people who we truly love seem alien to us. Though this generation of Nigerians are trying to buy into that emotional culture, it still feels absurd, but it's a good culture that should be encouraged. As for sanitary products, sure, I can procure them for my wife, sisters, and all. Thank you, guys." Thank you, Soul Brothers. You rock always. We appreciate your contribution. Thank you for being there. Next week we'll go again on Soul Sisters. Oh my, look at the time.
Oh my what? Oh my
Time flies when you're having so much fun.
Yeah, guys, thank you so much for being here. I enjoyed every part of it. I guess some other time we need to do this again.
Yes,
Yes,
indeed.
indeed.
All right, thank you, Lagos. You know that now is the time for us to get started on the Casbat right here on Smooth 98.1. And yeah, my name is Oluwaseun Olusegun. He is.
Ayokumi Kekereakun.
I'm Joy Ure. Catch you
ya.
later.
That was too much fun. I didn't check the time. I lost track of the time.
Women make up
Okay.
more than
My
half
God.
of the world's
You're welcome.
population and
My gosh.
potential.
Every woman has got a story to tell.
When I was just 11 years old, I became
Whoa,
a
that went by real
female
fast.
advocate to make a difference in as many children's